All right, well, go new game. I assume this will pop up at some point here, right? Oh, there we go. And let me know how the audio is as things go on. I tried to set it the best I can. It should be good. I'll just say give me a challenge. Shouldn't be too hard, right? Assume it'll be. So I've never played through this game, right? This is just me going in. You know, I know with a lot of other games we've played, I've played them before, kind of know what I'm doing, I know where the things are to look for. With this, I'm going to be sort of in the dark about what this game presents. We got a statue of an angel in front of some guy. This will be interesting. Exposition time?
Is everything in place?
Almost.
What do you mean, almost?
I have spoken with Montreal. The broadcast satellites are ours when we need them. A few weeks of discomfort, and the public will be primed for our recall.
Recall, huh?
And the clinics?
We control their birth rate. They will do as we say.
Evil Mega Corporation?
I still think we should wait for the referendum. We can't afford to wait. America's Science Board convenes next month.
Can't wait for
But
the government?
mood among the delegates is shifting. I'm positive that given more time...
No. By going public with this discovery, Sarif is forcing our hand.
The world will not change overnight just because David Sarif wills it. Besides, we can do nothing until our biochip is ready.
I thought you said you were close.
Finding the correct nerve interface has proven more challenging than anticipated. Fortunately, thanks to David, I now know where to look.
Okay. So it's all very mysterious. You know, we're going to be playing in this world and only... You know, that's how they
And in Washington tonight,
like to do these
crowds
games.
continue to gather in front of the Capitol. Most are demanding that Congress severely restrict efforts to alter the human body's abilities. This in response to claims made by biotechnology expert David Sarif that his firm may have discovered a way to make human-controlled evolution available to all.
Evolution.
Sarif Industries researchers are set to arrive in Washington tomorrow to defend their claim. But for tonight, this is Eliza Kassan reporting to you live from Picus.
With all due respect, Major, I'll expect 2 security details waiting for us on the tarmac.
Everyone's got pop collars.
No, we won't be going through the terminal. It's too exposed.
That's how we know it's the
Yes.
future.
I'm glad you understand. Good night, idiot.
Well,
Something wrong?
No, not for me, it isn't. But you keep pulling on that necklace, Dr. Reed, and you're gonna break it.
yeah, Dr. Reed.
Come on, Meg. You've defended your research before.
That was different. Then it was all just theories.
I think her
But this
collar is
discovery,
longer
Adam,
than her skirt.
It's big. Kepler big. Rosetta Stone big.
Rosetta
So,
Stone
what's the
big.
problem?
They'll want to know how I found it.
Megan, we're leaving for DC and... Adam, you're there. Good, good.
You need something, boss?
Yeah, I want to go over your security plans for Washington before we leave. You and your team ready to go, Megan?
Almost, David. We're just rechecking data.
Well, make it snappy. We have to actually be in Washington before you can dazzle all those federally appointed know-it-alls.
I hate it when he does that. Come on. I'll walk you part way.
All right. Zoom into the back of the head. Classic, classic.
Patient X.
That's nothing, Adam. Just some of the research. Look, we really have to go.
S? Oh, sex male, age 32, blood, type O, RHD negative. Notes, DNA analysis of samples taken show unusually high presence of mutagenic chemicals in the primary strand. These don't appear to be harmful, however. In fact, X, patient X, appears to be healthier and more resilient to infection than most subjects of a similar age and ethnic background. Interesting that the game actually admits that there are medical differences between different ethnies. Not expecting that in most games. Although, admittedly, this is based on personal observation only, access to X's medical files and history is not possible. More interesting to note, however, is that these chemicals is what these chemicals do when isolated and introduced to the P-dot cluster. In less than 24 hours, artificial materials within the cluster...
I'm nervous enough.
Calm down. Less than 24 hours, artificial materials within the cluster have been completely encapsulated within a thick, semi-permeable coating of the subject's own neural tissue. So they're implanting something into the brain, and then it's being sort of well accepted rather than rejected. In effect, the invaders are being disguised as part of the subject's nervous system. So it's like integrating things into the brain exceedingly well in patient X. I'm guessing, right? They can kind of create a chip that does a thing, put the chip in the brain, and the brain will integrate it real well. That's what it sounds like. Tests have yet to be concluded, but it is my belief that P-dot cluster built with this unique DNA signature will be undetectable to the human immune system. The bond between what is nervous system and what is an external device will be blurred to such an extent that no glial tissue buildup will occur. Neuroposine may no longer be needed.
Come on, slowpoke.
Dr. C, then... Okay.
Are you coming?
In a second.
Okay. One globe, one source for news. That's interesting.
Please, Adam. I'm nervous enough.
Calm down. Jeez. Can't a man read the newspaper? Or whatever this is? Washington braces for historic augmentation hearing. Is that our girl there? Or was that our girl? Police are bracing for massive demonstrations tomorrow on the National Mall. Protesters led by the Humanity...
women were the ones who kept men waiting.
Oh, well, led by the Humanity Front movement have been arriving by the busload to make their voices heard. At issues are claims of major breakthroughs in human augmentation research. The discovery made by Dr. Megan Reed, oh, that's her, and her team of researchers at Seraph Industries suggest that bond between human tissue and mechanical electrodes can be strengthened through adaptive DNA fusing. Adaptive DNA fusing? So, the patient X has some genetic component that allows the electrodes and human tissue bond to be strengthened. So when they say adaptive DNA fusing, that means they could give that DNA to everyone? Like gene therapy, I'm guessing? This development could eliminate the need for neuroposine, a highly expensive drug manufactured on the exclusive patent by the VersaLife company. If these findings are confirmed, the discovery will greatly democratize mechanical augmentations, making them safer and far less costly. Pro-human advocates want to ban the technology on moral and ethical grounds. Well, it seems like the pro-human advocates are losing, right? Because if this neuroposine and mechanical augmentations are already legal and people are already doing it, then them getting a ban on this is like, well, they're already losing ground, right? They've already lost the first wave. Now they're trying to push back on the second wave, kind of thinking, right? Is this anything? Someone's not showing up. Just science hearings.
Wow. How long ago was this taken?
In grad school. Before I met you.
Back when you were hobnobbing with the rich and famous, I see.
It's a drawing.
Mr. Darrow remembers you.
God, I hope not.
It is a drawing, though. On YouTube, someone named Your Mum said he thinks his chat post got removed. That's probably true. He's likes my work and he's inspired by the work of me and Krogan. Well, I appreciate that. I'll let him know. He's not here today. I might be able to rope him into some of these sessions for Deus Ex over the next however many sessions I'll be doing this.
Please, Adam. I'm nervous and...
But I also might be able to rope in other people to come in and do commentary.
You know, you really should get in the habit of locking your computer, Meg.
I know. Frank gets on me about it, too.
Oh, well, you didn't lock your computer, so now I just get to read all your emails. Megan's mom is emailing her. Let's read the private communiques between her and her mom. Tried calling you at your house or your office. Left a million messages. I'm starting to get worried. At least when you and Adam were together, I know he'd make sure you eat every once in a while. Is Adam my character? I'm not sure.
We shouldn't keep him.
Like mother, like daughter, I guess. Call me at the lab. I should call her. David, I'm scared. What if they ask me where I got the first sample? What if they ask about patient X? I don't know how to answer that. I told you, Megan, those kinds of questions fall under a slew of legal protections. So, this is the guy who wants to go to Congress, or whatever, with Megan, to talk about their discovery. And he's saying, well, don't worry, they won't ask us about X. So obviously there's some bad stuff going on there with X. Stick to the science, you'll be fine. Doggy daycare's full. And I can't find anyone to take care of Kubrick.
Please, Adam.
Adam's always been my backup technically. Kubrick is his dog, too. But obviously not this time. Say yes, please. He's really a sweet dog. Okay. So this person's gonna take Megan's dog.
Hey, stop reading my emails.
No, I'm gonna keep reading your email. Who's this? Rebecca?
And I thought women were the ones who kept men waiting.
Oh, man. You know you have some questions about the files I sent. Sorry about all the graphs earlier, but that sample was nothing short of groundbreaking, and I got excited. I don't suppose you could tell me where you got it. Blah, blah, blah. DNA samples are remarkable. We've been working with VersaLife's new chaos model.
David's waiting, Adam. We shouldn't keep him.
Do I need to know any of this? The sample you sent fits one of our evolutionary models of the future. We're talking about someone who's ahead of the genetic curve by one step, maybe two. Do you know what this could mean for medicine alone? You have a living, breathing Nobel Prize on your hand.
Come on, Slowpoke.
I can't tell if this is a natural leap in evolution or something done to the mother while the baby was in vitro. The mitochondria don't lie. Huh, interesting. Okay, is there anything else in here? We're sort of in a position with this game where, even though I've done all this reading, I still am not really aware of the sort of socio-political situation. But, you know, I'm sure I'm going to have to make choices in the game, even though I'm not aware of everything. Because that's how all the games are. I mean, if they did all the expositions at the beginning, people would actually stop playing, because it's boring. But at the same time, I would prefer it.
And I thought women were the ones who kept men waiting.
All right. Woman.
Warning. This lab is for authorized personnel only.
Warning. Well, there's only one door out of the office.
About how you found it.
Nothing. It's just my nerves talking.
How'd you find it, Megan?
There's something I should know about this place, about Sarif.
Megan,
Hold on.
we're still getting biochemical fluctuations across the artificial flow cells.
Okay. But the increased neural peptides coming from the P-dot cluster could be throwing off your calibrations.
Right. I'll double check that.
Yeah, you stupid old
I
man.
can't believe you were asking about David. You've been here long enough to know if... Eric! You wouldn't be avoiding me, would you?
I wouldn't dream of it, Dr. Reed. I think I know why Declan's readings are off.
Too many peptides?
I'm thinking the glial tissue breakdown we noticed after splicing in the repressive protein might be the cause. If we had a better cytometer...
We might get a more accurate reading that confirms your theory. I'll ask David to consider it.
Well, if he orders one from Page Industries, maybe they'll throw in another cappuccino maker.
Oh.
You overthink everything, Adam. The work we're doing is good. We're helping people overcome their physical limitations.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Except most of our clients seem to be DOD.
You're doing
It's
good.
not all
Just another hour to go.
We work with teachers, doctors, construction workers.
Damn it! Watch it, Eddie. Those boxes are worth more than your salary.
Sorry.
Nia,
Wow.
you almost ready?
For Washington? Huh.
Yeah, there you go, Khan. There she is.
Ah, Dr. Reed. This is General O'Neill.
Dr. Sevchenko was telling me you've made progress on the Typhoon.
Yes. Thanks to Vasily, actually.
As I was saying, sir, the Typhoon uses a modified combat chassis like the one I'm wearing. But I've improved its design using shaped microcharges to propel the steel balls.
And the backblast problem?
Solved through kinetic bleeders in the augment. Here, watch. Go ahead.
Okay. It's like a...
Impressive.
It's just a 360 Claymore, more or
I'm
less.
afraid I have to run, but
Or
Vasily
something
has
that
all the details.
sends out a bunch of grenades.
We still have some work to do to improve the Typhoon.
You're right. The teacher would just love having one of those things.
You're missing the point. Defense contracts keep us afloat, but neural augmentations that make you think faster, react quicker, they can really improve a life. Everybody's lives. David's talked about it for years.
Yeah. He is a talker.
He's a good man. Admit it, Adam. A part of you likes him.
So I
I
guess
like
my
everyone
character's
else to
name is
read.
Adam.
Yeah, right.
Oh. Yeah, no, it is interesting. So, of course, we got this black lady, or we have the lady scientist in charge who we've been walking with. She's instructed a few men so
How far
far.
are you
And, of
going?
course, the other black
Diane's
lady
office.
scientist
I forgot
told
to leave her
some
a key so she can walk
guy
through.
that he's worth less than the boxes he dropped.
Keeps knocking over all
There's
my
a little bit
plans.
of
Did you
stuff
destroy
going
that
on.
vase yet?
I moved it. And I fenced in the yard. Like you always said you were going to.
Yeah. Never got around to that. Sorry.
Me too. About a lot of things. Adam, there's something
Good evening.
Uh-oh.
Richard.
So, are we all ready for the trip?
There's Farida. I'd better hurry.
More collars.
See you at the helipad, Adam.
Sure.
The future's all about collars. Gotta have a tall, big collar.
Did I interrupt something, Jensen?
You fixed that firewall yet?
You don't fix an entire firewall. You find the loophole and plug it.
Then did you plug it?
Yes, I did. You want to know how? Oh, wait, I forgot. Ex-cop. I doubt you'd understand.
Ex-SWAT, and you'd be surprised. Sarah has to see you too.
Athena. She wants me to show her how to track our scientist-implanted locator devices. In case your security plans in Washington don't measure up.
They will.
So, all the scientists here have locator devices in them. Reminds me of microchipping your dog.
Encrypted GPL trackers, Athena. It transmits
Make sure you can
data
keep track of
to our
that dog.
dedicated satellites every 10 feet.
I don't care what it takes.
I'm on a rail here. It's moving me.
The man doesn't jump for anyone. He's a Nobel Prize winner.
Senators love this guy, Lyle. The hearings will go much smoother with him there. Big day for us tomorrow.
2027?
Everything in place?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
the year?
Capitol Police will escort us to the Hill, and then Federal Protection Services takes over.
Good, good. How's our girl holding up?
She's nervous.
All she has to do is show him her research. She explain it to you?
No.
Not really into the whole science thing, boss.
It's incredible. All those purists out there accusing us of tampering with the natural order, when all Megan's done is figure out how to unlock the potential that exists within our own DNA. It's safer and easier than anything you Darrow ever did.
Is it within our own
Environmental
DNA?
malfunction. Laboratory subsection 6. All lab chiefs, please report in.
We better not take any chances. Not tonight. Use my elevator to get down there. You know the code?
Yeah, 0451.
Let me know what you find.
All right, so here you go.
Get someone to shut off that damn racket.
Yes, sir.
God, the camera thing here is weird. You know, here we have all these questions. Why am I supposed to do all these things? What's my motivation? How do I really feel about how this world goes? You know, one of the ways around that, of course, is the alarm, crisis emergency.
Code is 0451.
0451. Oh, I gotta press the button.
Pritchard, where's Megan? She reported in yet?
Her GPL implant shows her moving through the microchem labs. I think she's running.
Damn.
GPL
Must have been a
implant.
serious equipment failure. Can you get eyes on her?
GNU public
The
license?
telecams aren't responding. There's interference coming from somewhere. Find out what's happening, Jensen. Hurry!
Pritchard? Pritchard!
I got a cool gun, though. I think I know how to walk in an FPS. Probably don't need the tutorial. It uses C to crouch in this game, rather than control. What's control do? Okay, so if I walk... Control? Control is like a walk, or sneak. And C is a toggle crouch. Khan says they gotta get you in with the action hook. Well, you know, gamers and their low attention span. You can't listen to things for very long. The whole place is on fire. Oh, a guy. Oh. Well. This is some heavy-duty glass, dude. I don't suppose I need anything in these side rooms, huh? Doesn't look like they open. Body parts? Ando says he always uses C to crouch. A lot of times I use left alt to crouch. Wow, you can really throw things. Look at that. I don't know how light this is, but you can really whip it. Whoa! I got hit. Oh, I was in the fire. Yeah, I generally use left alt in most games. The second hat says he just saw a video where some rich lady had a computer chip in her hand to open literally all the doors and such in her mansion of a house. Very pointless, in his opinion. Also dystopian. Yeah, I mean, it's like, that's... Like, could you imagine if she had some sort of, like, immune response, huge infection, and died, just so she could play around with something to open her doors? I mean... She could have put in cameras that recognized her face and only did it for her face, but instead she wanted to stick it in her body. That's crazy. Whoa. Really going wild. Poor robot. All broken. This is what the future city looks like. 27 years in the future now, though. A lot of flying things. Alright, people. Oh my god, they killed the scientist. Just like all the other scientists they've been killing. God, that one guy... I thought maybe the shots would go through. That one guy really soaked up all the bullets for the second guy. I thought, I can just hold down and hit both, right? Maybe a little blow-through round action. Hand research. Hypersensitive tech. Khan says this is Detroit, by the way. Oh, good. They always really like to make Detroit like, see, it's technology and wonderful. It's not like just a crap hole where you know, buildings are being overgrown with vegetation. You know, in Detroit they have nature tours. In what used to be neighborhoods, there are like wild turkeys that live there, and well, turkeys are pretty adaptable in where they can live. But you know, there's like brown birds, nesting birds that like you would never normally see in the suburbs. They're back because they're all falling apart, right? It's just so overgrown, it's nature again. Type in Detroit decay into Google. Why did the door close all of a sudden? Okay. Oops. Oh, what? Oh, whoa. Now wait a second. I let go of right click, which I expected to put me back into cover. But instead I just sat there in the doorway and then died. Khan says urban nature tours? Yeah, basically. Type it up. Type in like Detroit decay and see what's happened to Detroit. And type in like Detroit nature tour decay. Okay. Oh. Okay. This cover system is slightly odd to me. I'll get it. I'll get it. Oh my god. I don't know about... Okay. Wait, no, I'll get it. I'll get it. I don't think I'll have to reduce the difficulty. I did just choose the normal one, right? Nero says, you're incorrect. Detroit is a thriving metropolis. Check Detroit Become Human. Nero, you were there when we played that in Krogan's stream, right? Krogan was playing it, and I was there for commentary. That was a really interesting game. Oh, see what I mean about it? Like, it threw me out into the center? Okay, let the red stuff go away. This is a game where, like, your health regenerates. Okay. Jesus. Get out of here, you. Oh my god. Blind, I'm deaf. There's all sorts of problems. I don't know about this cover system. That hurt really bad. Second Hat says, do you guys think... Uh-oh. Oh. I can sneak my way through this part? Now, is sneaking or fighting generally faster in this game? I can pick up their guns, but I don't seem to have any specific amount of ammo. I'm not sure if it matters if I pick up anyone's guns. Nero says, I never played that, just watch your stream. Yeah, the, Detroit Become Human. Mr. Gladius says, you played Deus Ex in the end? You mean on stream? Like today? Yeah, I'm playing it. I'm actually playing it. Whoa. Woo. Hey, you. That looked like a woman. You just... Whoa. Who's this? Oh. Okay. Oh. Robot woman. Shot the guy. There's no way for me to... Oh. Oh, he touched the panel as he died. He didn't think to do that when he was alive? Come on. Oh, sneaking awards you XP. If you can remain undetected. So when you sneak through, do you need to neutralize everyone, or do you just, like, get through the area without them noticing you? Like, do you stab them in the back, or do you just, And also, which one is faster? Right? That matters. You know, this whole room isn't very dark. Like, I don't see, like, dark places I'd sneak into. Like the Thief games. Look at that. They're just all grouped up. Okay. See ya. Alright. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, the cover system here is a little weird. Okay, let me, whoops. So, Second Hat asks, do you think an over-reliance on tech means we move necessary evolutionary pressures? Oh, remove necessary evolutionary pressures. Well, technology does change evolutionary pressures. I mean, that's a fact. Now, Second Hat says that he believes, for example, we're becoming more myopic due to glasses, which is rather a tame sort of result. That's certainly possible. Like, just to think that, okay, like, historically, let's say your eyesight had to be at a certain level to survive, more or less, you know, and to breed. Well, now that limit is not very strongly enforced. I mean, there are many blind people who will find, well, will breed, right? When maybe at some point in history they wouldn't have, right? So whatever genetics that could be associated with their blindness, when they would have been selected against, now they're not, right? Oh. My character really got the wind knocked out of him. Weakly, slowly raised his gun. Oh, now the chick's gonna beat him. To the rescue! Yep. Uh-oh. Now maybe she wasn't good enough. One slap. One backhand. That being said, it's like a big piece of iron or something, right? It's a robot arm.
CT probe shows the bullet caused severe hematoma. We need to repair that artery.
Oh, dun dun. Here we have the producer, director.
God, how thick was the glass?
This is very, you know, it's, oh, they got lead programmer. It's got this reconstructing the man while giving the credits beginning of the game. It's got a very sort of Mass Effect 2 feel here.
Yeah, he's no good to me like
Which game came out first, though? Mass Effect 2, right?
Prepare for insertion of ERCC-1 craft.
Steady.
He doesn't need that.
Where's that cyber arm prosthesis?
Oh my god, they lost my arm?
I love you.
Or they lost the prosthetic they were gonna give me? Those goofballs.
Haven't you lost enough people today?
Why are they giving me different arms? Didn't I get shot in the head? Are they just gonna replace everything they can? Like, we're gonna upgrade him while we're here. Cut that arm off. Let's give him a new one. His body could take it. Give him some fake legs. Robot legs now.
Miraculous.
You think we got him, Doctor?
I don't know. Look when Mass Effect 2 came out. I believe this originally came out in 2011.
Give him the info link. Fine. Give me the telecom package.
Telecom package? I ain't gonna put a phone in my head and everything. Director's. This is the director's cut, which came out in 2013 or something. Yeah, Mr. Gladius, I haven't played the System Shock games yet. I was thinking about that too. I could have done that instead of this, but decided to give this a try. You know, it's nice to go back to older games. They run so well, but also sometimes they don't run well. Like, although DOSBox and stuff has really helped. You know, some older games just really rough. Yeah, he had internal damage, but I mean, like, if this was the modern day, they probably wouldn't amputate his arms, right?
Adam, it's David.
You in the building?
Just entered the lobby.
Sorry to pull you out of sick leave so soon, but we've got a situation. A break-in at our Milwaukee Junction factory. Meet me at the helipad.
Oh,
I have to see Pritchard first. Something's wrong with my retinal enhancement.
Frank's on the second floor in the tech lab. Make it quick. People's lives are at stake.
Tech lab. Okay, give me 1 second here. Whoop. Laser thing. Okay, I want to just move. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, I just needed to move the chat so I could read it better. I missed a few messages, but yeah, it's all blinky. My eyes aren't working right. Pritchard, see you lived?
About time. What happened? You get stuck in an air duct on the way over?
Yeah, nice to see you too, Francis. Something's wrong with my retinal display. Can you fix it?
If it's what I think it is, probably. Of course, it might still.
Oh.
Looks like your left and right imaging processors weren't completely in sync. But don't worry, your Sentinel health implant will kick in soon, repairing any damage that might have caused. Your retinal display should be fine now. Its recognition software won't be picking up hostiles yet, but you should be seeing radar and targeting reticules. Biomedical data too, if you're in pain.
Right. We done here? Because Sarif is waiting for me at the helipad.
I know. Radicals have broken into our manufacturing plant and taken hostages. Maybe this time you'll actually save people.
What? Hey, you've got a problem with me, just say it.
If you got a problem with me, Pritchard, why don't you just say it and get it over with?
Why no, Jensen? I don't have a problem with you. If anything, I blame myself.
The mighty Pritchard blaming himself. That's gotta be a first.
I'm the one who told Sarif we needed a physical security team to protect us. If he'd read my report closely enough...
Wait a second. Are you saying it was your idea to hire me?
Not you, Jensen. I wanted Dynacore, Sharp Edge, or Bell Tower. All the top private security contractors were on my list, but Sarif wanted somebody in-house. And so did Dr. Reed.
I don't know. Like, I don't know why I'd say this. Whatever. Whatever, nerd. Thanks for fixing my eyeballs, which aren't my eyeballs anymore, they're cameras.
Lucky for you, I'm gonna ignore that comment. We're done here.
Nero wants to know if I can do Adam Jansen's voice. You mean this guy's voice? Oh god. You know, I've never been good at impressions. I've never really done impressions. Never even really tried to do many impressions. I see I got a waypoint. You know, I don't know. How does he talk?
Adam, how close are you to the helipad?
Very close.
Almost there.
Good. Because SWAT's about to turn this into a PR nightmare. Meet me in the chopper. I'll brief you as we go.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna ignore that comment. I don't know, is that how he talks?
Welcome back, Jensen. Didn't think we'd see you around here for a while yet.
You know how it goes, Malik.
You know how it goes, Malik.
Don't I know it?
Is that it?
I was in my
That his
wingsuit
voice?
halfway to the top of the Renaissance Center when I got the 911. But you, 6 months is a hell of a short time to come back from the dead. You sure you're ready for this?
As ready as I'm gonna be. One way to find out.
Only one way to find out.
Roger that.
Only one way
The
to
boss is
find
already
out.
on board, arguing with the DPD's tactical response team. They've got the plant surrounded, but Mr. Sarif wants you to go in first. You all set here? Because the sooner we take off, the better it will be for everyone.
Alright, let's do it.
I'm ready.
Great. Then let's
I'm
get
ready.
airborne.
Alright. Big bad, boss man. Ooh, it's the future. Do you know of Razor Fist? I think I've heard that, and I don't know much about it. Did BioWare do anything worth after Dragon Age Origins?
Put us down on a roof. I don't want the crowd seeing you go in.
Fine. As long as she pulls you out the minute I'm gone. So what am I looking at here? Who are these guys?
Yeah, who am I
human
fighting?
purists, or so they say. The same purists who've been firebombing limb clinics all over the country.
You buy that?
No, I don't think it's a coincidence they hit us today, only hours after we moved the Typhoon in for assembly line factory.
The Typhoon? Megan's team was testing it the day that bastard... Who's on point for these guys?
Adam. I know you and Megan were once...
Who is on point for these guys?
Goes by the name of Sanders. That's him, there. He's an augmented Adam, so he can't be one of the mercs who attacked us, but he did know exactly how to get inside our plant.
All right. So how do you want me to handle this?
First priority is the Typhoon. I'm keeping SWAT out until you've secured it. As far as rules of engagement go, I'll defer to you. Lethal or non-lethal?
Okay, is it faster to be lethal or non-lethal? I haven't played this game before. Am I gonna be able to go quickly if I try and sneak, or am I gonna want to prefer to just shoot people and get through these areas? Someone was asking if BioWare did anything good after Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Origins was one of my favorite games. I did stream it with Krogan. Dragon Age 2 was so bad. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 were alright. Kind of getting progressively worse as they went on. But I don't know if I'd ever give money to BioWare ever again, right? So let's see here. My name's not important. System Shock games have been updated and run well on modern systems. Okay. Okay. Your mom says that lethal is more permanent. Guards can be woken up and raise the alarm if you don't hide their bodies fast enough. So probably lethal will be faster. Alright. We're killing people then. I mean, is this going to have a big impact on the story? If we do lethal instead of non-lethal? It probably will if they're giving me the choice. Maybe. Okay. We're going to do lethal just because it's faster.
Chances.
Lethal it is. But remember, they do have hostages, and I'd hate to see any of our people get caught in the crossfire. You remember what it's like in there? A lot of tight enclosed hallways, but the labs themselves are pretty open. High ceilings. So, do you want something you can use from a distance, or up close?
What? What's close? Revolver or combat rifle?
Give me something with distance. If I get too close, I'll take them out personally.
Just try not to break anything expensive. The Typhoon should be in the factoring labs, but Pritchard will tell you more as you go in. I've got him running comms.
Terrific. Anything else?
Keep your eyes open for hostages. Free them if you can, but the Typhoon is your #1 priority. We developed it for the Alphabet agencies, and if we don't deliver it to them intact and still a secret, well, I'm sure you'll get the job done right.
Gentlemen, prepare for landing.
I'm just gonna go in here gunning. Guns blazing, that's my plan. So no one told me how my impression was. You asked me to do an impression and I tried it. Was it bad? Wow. Totally badass, dude. I bet that scene there, and he's getting out of the elevator and you can see him, I bet in 2011 people were real big on that.
Look at this. They're sending in a can opener to do a man's job. Those Purity First assholes are just gonna love this.
Oh, so the SWAT guy agrees with the human, pro-human Xurious or whatever. Neros is Alphabet as in Google. No, Alphabet agencies would be FBI, CIA, and DOD, DOJ. Hello, officer. Everyone's got a mask except you. That means you're the guy to talk to, because you stand out.
Tell me you're the guy we've been twiddling our thumbs waiting for.
SI Security. Name's Jensen.
Jensen. Yeah. I thought I recognized you. Used to be on Team 2 till that Mexican town thing went down. I gotta say, you're the last person I pictured taking orders from a CEO.
Things change.
Not always for the better.
Things change.
Feel like getting in there and doing whatever it is your boss wants you to do? Because maybe then we can do our job.
Yeah, this is my first time playing this. Well, tell me about these terrorists. Who are these people?
Intel on these purists. How much you got?
How much you want?
All of it. How many?
How many am I looking at down there?
Hard to say. We've spotted 3 in the courtyard, maybe half a dozen inside. But that's a sketchy estimate at best, since we seem to be getting a loop playback off your telecams.
That shouldn't be possible. I told Seraph to make sure Pritchard overhauled the system.
Well, someone inside must be tech savvy, because all we're seeing is a loop. For all we know, there could be 5, 10, or 3 dozen perps in there.
Yeah, that would be a lot of perps. Sanders?
The leader's name is Sanders, right? What's his story?
Zeke Sanders. We're running background on him now. Looks like he fought 2 tours in the Gulf. One of them on a recycled military bill.
You mean he's augmented? Seraph told me he's not.
He used to be augmented. Says his Augs made him do evil shit, so he ripped him out. Now he's got a whole crew of gullible street kids listening to his crap and ready to die for him. Or kill.
Okay, so they have hostages, right? So what are they demanding?
They communicate any demands yet?
Not yet, but I get the feeling they're not that organized. Most of the guys I've seen look like street bangers and thugs. The kind who get their jollies trashing equipment. You ask me, it's the man in charge you have to worry about.
Okay.
I think I've heard enough.
You sure? Wouldn't want to make your boss unhappy.
You got a problem here? Jeez. Okay, how about the hostages?
We've got people inside. Any idea where I should look for them?
Yeah. Your plant manager, Josie Thorpe, managed to slip a call out before someone snatched her cell. She said the hostages are being held in an office near the assembly labs.
Makes sense. The workers were setting up for a production run, so they'd have been concentrated there.
You know more about that than I would. Anything else?
All right.
I got it from here. Sit tight. Wait for Seraph's signal.
Like we got a choice.
Nero says you should invite Krogan to do a stream and just chalk like Adam Jensen like it was normal. You mean without telling Krogan? Just like,
Jensen,
hey Krogan.
it's me, Pritchard. Where are you?
On a roof overlooking the plant.
Good. Your point of entry should be through shipping and receiving.
Should be, Francis. What the hell does that mean?
We have an employee entrance there, heavily guarded by purists, no doubt. So, if you're not a fan of the frontal assault, I suppose you could try accessing the building's roof.
Yeah, everything seems under control. No sign of SWAT. No sign of anyone.
Hello. Oh, he was on the phone, wasn't he? Is this a bad thing to kill him just now? I could just start talking to Krogan in the Jensen voice and not even tell him that's what I'm doing. Hey Krogan, we gotta get out of here, dude. Or, that was probably not good. JND says if you screw up this mission, you won't get a good ending. Just saying. Oh. Well, what does screw up mean? Like, if I kill people, is that screwing up? If I don't stealth, is that screwing up? Or can I just go in there guns blazing? And that doesn't... Is it saying, like, stealth tutorial?
Being stealthy hinges on sight and sound.
Do I have to do this?
Crouching down will assure you are making the least amount of noise possible. Line of sight is important, and by keeping behind cover, you'll stand a better chance that enemies won't detect you. Avoid jumping and sprinting, as it will certainly give away your position.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna, like... Here's the thing. I think with stealth games, especially when you're not used to them, screwing up is sort of like a thing, right? Like you screw up the stealth part, you redo the stealth part, you screw it up, you redo it again. I'd rather just, you know, get through the areas if I can. So, might not do a lot of stealth. JND says there's a lot of hidden passages. There certainly may be. Having said, I haven't ever played, so I don't know if I'll know where those are. I mean, I'm stealthing right now. Nothing? Oh! See.
Where you at?
Okay. See, we're not stealthing. Whoops. Oh, he's got nothing. Alright, you. Get in. Get in here. JND says, great job, Rambo. The planet is doomed now. Oh, man. That's a bummer for the planet. Good thing I hate this plane. Where's this go? Well, go sit over here. It's darker right here.
Richard, I'm in. The door worked just fine.
I'm happy for you. The Typhoon is in the factoring labs. There's an elevator just past the assembly labs that will take you to it.
Got it.
Is there a guy right here? Just knocking people. Oh! Up! Yep. People. Yeah. You see me? I see you. I'd be... How much... I'm just gonna not move their bodies. Seems like a long time to take to do stuff. I have to move everyone around. Mr. Gladius says this weapon has an interesting reload animation. Yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of... Did I go through that door? Get out of here. Don't hide on you?
I'm gonna find you, asshole.
You found me. Up, up, up. Now I'm stuck using their guns. What is this gun? 10 millimeter? That's actually a pretty strong handgun. 10 millimeters. Who's yelling? In here? What's this? Oh, newspaper. Can the Motor City rise again? About Detroit. Detroit embodies the change America has undergone for the past 2 decades. Devastated by the first demise of the auto industry, then by the global oil crash of 2015. Oh, interesting idea. This former heart of American enterprise has lost many of its once proud neighborhoods to decay, poverty, and crime. Obviously, nowhere in here is the 1967 long hot summer and the race riots that had to do with the decline. Okay. There is hope, though. In 2007, augmentation developer Seraph Industries made Detroit its corporate headquarters, converting a defunct automotive plant into a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility. David Seraph adamantly believes Detroit can become a beacon city where capital investment and urban renewal set a standard for the whole country. Human enhancement technology will lead humankind to a brighter future, and Detroit with it. Tranquilizer darts? Probably won't need that. The only tranquilizer dart I need is 10 millimeters in diameter. That's too heavy. I can't pick this up. So I assume there's some way for me to get super strong and start picking up vending machines. Jesus, give me that. We good? Oh! Go ahead and run, he says. Oops. Take all the items. Do this. Take all the items. Second Hat said, didn't Detroit used to be called the Paris of America or something? Yeah. Detroit was... So remember, while we think of the West as sort of, you know, everything that spawns from Europe, right? The European peoples and the stuff they created. You know, there was a time where the West was Europe, and this was the New World, right? So, we were, Detroit was called the Paris of the West, sort of deal, or the Paris of the New World, because Detroit didn't used to just be a manufacturing hub. Detroit was a cultural center. Like, if you wanted to see the latest plays by the best playwrights and the best theatrical actors, the best thespians in the world, you know, while you could go to New York City, Detroit was also one of your main things. You know, people in Europe used to dream about coming to America and seeing Detroit, Chicago, and New York City. And, of course, people all from around the United States used to plan vacations in Detroit. It was quite a thing. There's a network problem from preventing us from accessing external resources. We're investigating the breakage. Let you know when the services have been restored. Services have now been restored. So here we have Josie Thorpe. She's the plant manager. Sam, can you send me the names and employee numbers for everyone who we'll be working with this weekend? We have to generate new security passcodes for all volunteers. HQ wants to keep a tight lid. Okay. JND says, the stealth enthusiast in me is in pain right now. This isn't fair. Sorry. Final push on the contract for the Typhoon systems. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of overtime. The more overtime. Quality standards. Quality standards always tend to dive when you get people overworked that hard. Okay. Everyone was working hard. What's this? Bathrooms? Here's the ladies' room. Any ladies in here? Can I open this? No, I can't. Wake up! A fortress of lies is hidden in the heart of America. It has many names. Dreamland, Groom Lake, Area 51, Magic. For decades, this clandestine military facility has been declared a non-place. It does not exist. What transpires beneath the desert sands there is isolated from oversight of any kind. They will not open it. They must be forced. Lethal military technologies are unleashed on a daily basis. Biological weapons research, exotic power systems, synthetic intelligence, use of energetic devices and objects of paranormal and or xenoterrestrial origin. This place is protected by killers and assassins, by paid lackeys and turncoat politicians. It is shrouded in lies and deceit. There is no one to stop the mad scientists from tampering with forces beyond their understanding. Every day, this black zone remains intact. We are threatened by the uncontrolled experimentation taking place there. What are they hiding? Well, that's what they got the aliens, right? That's why everyone was doing that big invading Area 51, show us them aliens campaign. I was actually tempted to go to that, but I feel like when you're a political dissident, I think doing that kind of thing for fun is just kind of a no-go. Like, it's just an excuse to get yourself locked up. Oh, the locker room? What do people keep in their lockers? Concussion grenades? Oh, yeah. What else would they keep in their lockers? Not socks or anything. Grenades. Okay, open this, open this. What's this? Stun gun darts. I hear a helicopter. Oh. Tranquilizer darts. Anything? Nope. Uh-huh. Okay. Probably about it. Oh! Revolver ammo. I didn't bring a revolver. Anything in here? Okay, so my way marker is telling me to go over there, so I'm close.
Jensen, I just tried to unlock the assembly lab door, but my override codes aren't working. Someone's changed the protocols.
What? Didn't you plug the...
I'm on it. But until I find this particular breach and fix it, you'll have to hack the door manually. Pritchard out.
What's this? Is it a metal detector? Well, I'm not gonna go through that. I'm gonna go to the side of it. Okay, I gotta learn how to hack.
When hacking, your goal is to take control of a device's registries.
Okay.
So you can access the security codes within. To do it, you must navigate the network, capturing nodes as you go along.
Uh-huh.
You begin a hack from your point of entry in the system, the I/O port. To capture a node, simply place the cursor over it and hold the interaction button. A wheel will appear, showing you the programs that can be used against it. Traveling from node to node is accomplished using bridges. A bridge can be unidirectional or bidirectional, as shown by its arrows.
Alright.
Each time you capture a node, there is a chance the network will detect your presence.
That's a bummer.
The higher a node's rating, the greater the likelihood that you will be detected. If detected, don't panic. You still have a chance, you just need to hurry. The network will try to trace your entry point and boot you out of the system. If you manage to capture the registries before the network trace reaches your I/O port, you'll be okay.
Okay. Well, let's... What? Oh, okay, we got a hack. Here's the hack button. Security waiting 1... Oh, 5 attempts. Okay, so this is where I am now. You can fortify it. Do I want to fortify it? Or do I want to go over here? Capture... Nah, I'll probably just capture. Alright. Okay, what's over here? We can capture it 60%. 60%. Whatever. Go.
Access granted.
Oh, that's it? I thought I had to capture this thing or something. It's already done? Alright. I don't know how this works. What? There's an alarm. What's so alarming here? Well, this sucks. That bad? I lose points for that? No one cares about the alarm.
He asked for it. Kept calling me a biggie. No way, no way. I am not going to prison for this. Hate to tell you this, Trev, but once that bomb goes off, this guy won't be the last skinner in here who buys it. Shut up, J-Ro. Trevor, you gotta calm down. Help me find something to cover him up with.
Okay, security systems? J&D is not happy with the way I'm playing this. For anyone who doesn't know, he's talking on Twitch. He called me a brute. He does not like me playing the stealth games the way I'm playing it. Okay, so what's this say? Okay. Oh, God. Typhoon, enter the manufacturing plant. An elevator. Sheriff employees are being held hostage somewhere in the plant. Okay. Okay, no, this is what I want. Yeah, tell me about
After guards, security systems will be your prime area of concern, as they will trigger alarms that bring about heightened security.
Oh.
Trying to destroy these devices is a bad idea. Try instead to get around them. By timing your moves properly, you should be able to do so relatively easily.
Relatively easily. Okay.
If an alarm does sound, guards will start looking for you. Fortunately, they won't sustain this level of alertness for long. Eventually, they will believe you fled the area, and the alarm level will drop.
Okay. Alright. So, anyone around here? I don't see any cameras. Right? What's this? Huh? Down here? What's in here?
Coming in here to dig up shit is one thing.
Whoops. Didn't mean to bother you guys. Oh. Go through there. See, look, I'm stealthing, JN. It's all good. All good in the hood. I'm super stealthy. Burn in hell. Oh my. Let's see. So I hack it. Okay. So what's like, do I just have to capture everything? Is that the idea? I don't know, dude. I mean, if I just do this and this and this and this and this.
Access granted.
So all I had to do was just click everything really fast? I have no idea. The hacking seems to just sort of be clicking things. PF? What's that? Xurious? Forever? PF Chang? What? See, why is this all beepy? Let's see any camera in here. Alright, let me out of here.
I don't know about the hacker, dude. He seems off. Yeah, it feels weird to
What?
leave him there alone. But what's he looking for? Proof that these fuckers are lying to us, I guess. Just like Zeke said. I hope Zeke knows what.
There's two guys just talking here, and someone's blasting out all sorts of stuff on the other side of the room. What's going on the stairs behind me? Huh?
Someone there?
No, no one's here. I heard some noise. Like a animal over here or something.
Yo, if you're here, you better come out.
I'm not here. There's nobody here. I don't know why you think there's anyone here.
I see you.
Okay. What's this? Machine pistol ammo. Doesn't even say what caliber it is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I see a radar thing over here. What's this guy screaming about? The, Whoa! Up, 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 up! Come on! Come on! Boop, boop, boo! Take that. So what caliber is my machine pistol? This it? Wow. That's quite a pistol. JN says, in the previous area, there's a ventilation shaft that would allow you to pass these guys under the ceiling. Really? Ceiling, huh? Well, they're dead. Come on. Oh, it's E. So your mom says you capture the green orb station. That's how you hack? That's all about the green orb? What's this? Okay, it says augmentations.
In order to unlock new abilities or augmentations, you must first gain experience in the form of XP points. You
What's
will
the
receive these
XP
points
points?
when completing main
What's the P
objectives,
stand for?
side quests, or through special bonuses, like completing a mission without being detected.
Next time we discuss security loop.
Once you've accumulated enough XP points, you will receive a praxis point.
The P is silent?
These points are used to unlock upgrades to existing augmentations, and to unlock entirely new augmentations. Praxis kits, which can be found through exploration or purchased in limb clinics, will also give you instant praxis points. To unlock an augmentation or upgrade, simply select it in the augmentation screen, check the cost, and, if you have enough praxis points, activate it.
You need your XP points and your praxis points and your praxeology points. Oh, see, here's a thing. Whoops. I didn't need to throw that. Uh-huh. Okay, what's over here? Oh, camera. There's a... Is that gonna be hurting me? This thing? It's too heavy, move hard. Okay, so this is too heavy, so I can't move it. I don't suppose I can interact with things through the glass. What the heck is that? Noises around here. Who's this? Is this the guy? No, this can't be the guy. The guy had an eye patch.
Console. Now!
Purity first. Oh, yeah, purity first. That's the PF.
Help me!
Oh. Well, that wasn't very helpful. He's purity first, but...
Richard, you still there?
Where else would I be?
Purity first, but he had all sorts of connections for electronics in his head.
Adam, it's David. You got the Typhoon?
Yeah, but you were right about there being something more behind this. Because I've also got a dead purist in here with some pretty interesting cerebral implants.
Don't touch him. We'll need an expert to recover his neural hub, in case it's booby-trapped.
Copy that. What about Sanders?
SWAT's pressuring me to let them off the leash. Find them before they do, and deal with them.
Okay, so... Confront Zeke Sanders. Oh, this isn't the way I go. Do I go this way? Can I go this way? Okay, gotta crouch again. Just feel better when I'm crouching, since I know that... Like, I don't want them to hear me before I see them, you know? I end up just crouching everywhere in these games. Annoying. Alright. 94 meters away. Yeah, I did touch him, John. There's a lot of shooting over here. A lot of guns firing. You know, in games like this, facilities, you know, manufacturing facilities, offices, these buildings are not laid out like real buildings. Ever. That's why they're so hard to understand. Because this is not how real buildings are. Oh, hello. I probably could have gone after that guy instead of this guy. Okay, give me your stuff. Uh-huh. Okay, quickly. Quickly! Crouch! Quickly! Oh my gosh, it's still above me, huh? You know, every time I begin one of these stealth attacks, I get some weird, like, frame drop kind of things going on. Ugh, come on. Oh, I already picked it all up? How the heck do I get up there? Meeting room. Okay. Oh, maybe one of these? What the? This goes down. I don't want to go down. I want to go up. Second Hat says, if people want to see Embargo do a stealth game, perhaps he should play Dishonored. Don't remember the first game being too hard, but the sequels I have never played. Yeah, I haven't played that game, I don't think. You know, I've definitely played and enjoyed stealth games before. Uh-oh. Oops. They see me. What is that? That's me. Get out of here, you. Damn it. But, I do enjoy stealth games, and I have, like, I do like stealth elements to games. But, you know, in my estimation, a lot of it is, like, the fun is, like, you do something, and you kind of goof it up, and then you redo it, and you keep going until, like, you find the right way to, like, just sneak by everything, and blah, 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 and I'm just not... Yeah, I would like to progress this game and get more of the narrative or analysis, right? Like, we gotta figure out what messages this game says about all the things, not just see how the stealth gameplay works. Johnny says play the original Splinter Cell. That's a good one. For stealth? Yeah.
Don't lie to me! I don't want to hurt you. You're a civilian. But I will if you don't give me a choice.
If you didn't want to hurt anyone, you should have stayed home tonight.
Oh, look! Serif's attack dog! You're here to clean up before the police bust in? He thinks we're breaking the law. Shut up! All you body polluters break laws. You're all the same.
You're gonna have a hard time convincing people you're any different once they hear you had an AUG on your team.
What?
I found your attack dog in the factoring labs, trying to cut through security with his implanted hackware.
Nice try, Cholo. But I would never let one of you freaks on my crew.
Nice try, Cholo.
Back off, Hunter. I got business to take care of, understand? If what you say is true, and I'm not saying it is, you hear? But I gotta check things out. So me and la vieja, we're leaving.
Me and la vieja? What? Oh gosh. What do you guys think I should do? Your mom says, if you have no gun in your inventory, an enemy's gun is given to you. If you already have one, it just turned into ammo. Sell guns and don't use, plus leave unneeded ammo on the ground. Can you sell things while you're playing? Like just in the middle of nowhere? JND says, Dishonored is pretty dishonest due to providing you with a lot of killing methods and punishing you for using them story-wise. Hero says, are you doubting Embargo's special gamer qualification? I am an epic gamer. The man has... Nero says, the man is a pureblood. He has an RBG toilet. God. Your mom says, RBG toilet, you mean a bucket, right? All good gamers use a bucket. Or a diaper. You just call it to your mom. Mom! Mom! Okay, let's, you know I can't let you go with her, Zeke.
You know I can't let you go with her.
Stand down, Hanser! I told you, stand down or this bitch is dead!
Bullshit. You're bigger than that. You don't kill civilians.
Damn right! I'm a decorated vet, and I won't be jerked around. I need to find out who's behind this, and right now the boss lady is my only ticket out of here.
Listen to me. Whatever's going on, it's big. You've got a better chance of getting to the bottom of it if you work with me. But I can't do a thing until you let her go.
Are you stupid? I don't work with dogs. God, you must think I'm some kind of moron. And who can blame you? Because it's exactly what it must look like to everyone right now. Trapped in here by the cops, and my only option is to take a hostage. How screwed up is that?
You were played for a fool. You led your people into a trap, and now you're on the verge of getting yourself killed unless you let her go. You just think taking a hostage is your only way out of here. You're so committed to that tactic, you're not seeing any other solution. Let her go. I don't know if I'm providing any other solution. You're doing better than you think. You said you're a vet, so I know you've got the balls to handle this. You don't need a civilian to get out of here. These are very interesting options.
Nothing else to say.
Oh, jeez! I thought I lost it. I thought I took too long to write each thing. Reason, sure.
You just think that taking a hostage is your only way out of here. You're so committed to that tactic, you're not seeing any other solution. Let her go, and you will.
Sorry, but I got no choice. There's no way I could put my trust in you. You're on the same side as the cops. They got me completely surrounded and there's nothing I can do. I'm all alone in here.
The cops. Okay, the hostage is my only priority, and that goes double for the police out there. No one gives a damn about some coward who hides behind a skirt. Okay. Oh, so it's interesting, you know, we got all these... this lady is, like, in control of the plant here. We've had lots of highly powerful ladies. And now we have this sort of traditional, you're hiding behind a woman, and that makes you even worse than normal, right?
Nothing else to say!
We have that traditional mindset of, hey, hurting women is worse than hurting a man. But at the same time, our game is like, here's all these big, powerful women telling men that, they're worth less than the boxes they're dropping. Okay, the only thing the cops are focused on right now is the safety of the civilians, same as you. You've risked your life to do what's best for other people. You're not some drive-by banger. The cops will be looking after the civilians, too occupied to worry about you.
Ain't got all day here, cabron.
Cabron. Whatever that means. You'll get their attention if something happens to your civilian. Gosh. Empathize?
The only thing the cops are focused on right now is the safety of the civilians. Same as you. You've risked your life to do what's best for other people. You're not some drive-by banger.
You're right. I'm not.
He puts his hand on her shoulder.
The cause is blowing up all around me. My brother's at risk. All because of what that traitor did to us tonight. I've got to fix it, but I can't when I'm stuck in here with you.
Okay. Oh gosh. Is your whole family this stupid? He was counting on you using a hostage so you get yourself killed and tied up a loose end. You're blundering right now into another of his traps. I don't even know who his brother is. Am I sure this is his trap? Listen, the hacker's plan was for you to die. He used your brother because he knew you would trust him. That's how well he knows you. He expected you to take a hostage, just like he knew the cops would kill you for it.
Nothing else to say!
I'm just trying to read this, bro. You've got more honor than the man who betrayed you. You're not gonna let your brother down like this. You were supposed to take hostages and force the cops to silence you permanently, but you're smarter than this. Yeah, sure, whatever. Empathize.
You've got more honor than the man who betrayed you. You're not gonna let your brother down like this. The hacker was expecting civilians to be in the building tonight. You were supposed to take hostages and force the cops to silence you permanently. But you're smarter than he is.
It's so obvious. Can't believe I didn't see it till now. He thinks he can just lead me to my death? Think again, cabron. Get out of here. I did what you wanted, so let me go. I got played here too, I say.
I'm gonna play here too.
I've got as much interest in finding out who's really behind this as you do, Cabron.
Yeah, well.
God.
Maybe I'll owe you one. But I promise you this. Someone's gonna pay.
Okay, now I'm gonna go eat my abuela's cookies.
Adam, what's happening? What's your situation? Adam!
Sanders is gone, boss. But I'm pretty sure he's just a dupe. Somebody else set this up.
Damn it. Okay, I want you back here now. The admin building has a rooftop terrace. Meet Farida on it.
What about the hostages? Shouldn't I?
There's nothing you can do, son. So I couldn't save them.
Well, hostages are dead. J. Thorpe? I don't know. Oh wait, can I hack it? Aha! So again, I'm not really sure. So I'm supposed to capture this. So I could capture, like, bang, 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 or bang, bang, bang? Does it matter? No, I can't. Oh, wait, okay. Let's just see here. Nuke! Why would I nuke it? That seems bad. Detection 60. Detection 60. Like, I'm interested in that, right? Once I get that, I win. I could just go bing bing, or I could go bing bing bing. Why would I go for 2 instead of? Uh-oh. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna hack everything at the same time, because that just seems to be the best way to do this. You just click on everything. Let me see about bringing Krogan on here for a second. Boom, boom, boom. Resume. Let me just click around a couple times. Well, Krogan, if you're listening, go ahead and join the channel. I don't know if my audio's set up correctly. As you know, we're in dire straits here. We need to fulfill several large orders to the Alphabet agencies. Blah, blah, blah. Urgent response needed. Information from the Nigerian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I have the privilege to request to transfer the sum. Oh, this is a spam. This is scowlingmask.ni. This is a Nigerian prince scam. Okay. You got anything to say, Josie?
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Just a little shaken up, but what about the other hostages? My husband was with them in one of the assembly labs, and I overheard talk about a bomb.
I'm sorry. None of the other hostages survived.
Check.
No.
Hey, 1 second.
No! It can't be true! Where were the police? Why didn't they come in? They could have saved him!
I'm sorry.
J&D says, oh yeah, you forgot the hostage. They choked on the gas. Do you feel like a hero yet? Well, here's the thing. The game only gave me 1 waypoint. So I'm gonna just do a little bit of thing here, but go live. Maybe it'll work at some point. You see this, Krogan?
I do see it.
Okay, now let me just do a couple things. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, say hello, Krogan.
Hello.
Can you guys hear Krogan? He might be slightly low.
Check.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4. Checkity.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Am I low?
I think I've got you a little low, but they're working hard on this door over here. Nero says it's problematic for them to stereotype Nigerians like that. This game is canceled. Okay.
Not quite what you signed up for, is it, Jensen?
Excuse me?
Sneaking into your own factory to hide stuff while the boss holds the cops at bay? Don't get me wrong, I love Mr. Seraph. I just hate it when contracts become more important than people. I thought you did too.
Oh, what did you want me to do? Okay. I did, listen. The game only gave me one waypoint. I followed the waypoint. People died. That's not my fault.
I do. But things don't always go according to plan, Malik. I did what I could.
I'm sure you did. You ready to go?
Yeah, get me out of here, Malik.
Your wish is my command. Climb in.
J&D says, game lied, people died. Yeah, exactly. Their fault.
Yeah, I don't remember this game too well. Vaguely. Did you see any of those recent posts that somebody made on my Twitter in response to my Bioshock series? I'm not going to get into any of that stuff because I know you're on YouTube, but I didn't know if you saw any of that because they brought up this game and said,
yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
They were saying like, oh, well, someone made this game and you didn't review that. And it's like, well, Ken Levine did what he did regardless of whether this game is whatever or whatever, right?
Right. I mean, like what he was saying to me, I mean, the analogy I came up with, it would be like saying there are no such thing as white slave owners in the South because there were also white abolitionists. It's like, well, one doesn't cancel out the other. I do remember
New
this
orders
game
just
being
in,
somewhat...
Jensen. The boss wants Pritchard to examine the Typhoon ASAP.
Copy that. Thanks for the lift.
No problem. Hey, and Jensen, I just wanted to say, new look suits you. Like you haven't missed a beat at all.
Thanks.
So, how's it feel? Being augmented?
Excuse me?
Don't take it the wrong way. I mean, I've got a few neuro enhancements myself. Discreet ones to help me fly better. But I chose to get them implanted. You didn't. Now that you had a chance to try them out, what do you think?
She wants me. I can tell.
Want your implants.
She wants to be implanted. Interesting. So here's my chance as the gamer to give my sort of view on augments. I can say, listen, they came in handy, but I didn't choose to get augmented. I can say it felt good, you know, like being augmented's good. Or I could be like, just a dick. You could just be a dick to her. They came in handy, but still, I didn't choose to get augmented.
I'm not gonna lie and say they didn't come in handy back there. But like you said, I didn't choose to get augmented.
So it'll take some getting used to. I get it. But don't be surprised if the boss keeps pushing you to get more.
Why? What do you mean?
You know how he is. He thinks augmentations are the be-all, end-all of everything. And he can't understand why someone wouldn't want to become more than human.
Megan used to say the same thing.
I'm not surprised. The research she was doing was pretty damn inspired. Might have convinced a lot more people to give what we make here a try.
If that bastard hadn't killed her.
Listen, Jensen. I know you want to find the men who attacked us, and so do I. If I can help in any way, all you gotta do is ask.
It's interesting. So, I don't know how the boss would want me to get more augmentations. I think my limbs are all gone. Things in my chest, like my spine is all augmented. The brain, the eyes are gone. There's not much left. This is actually, okay, let me do a couple things here. You know, you guys are going to see screen freeze. Give me a second. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn Krogan up. Krogan, are you ready? You're getting augmented.
Yes. I'm getting augmented, but I didn't choose. I didn't choose embargo.
That's right. You did not choose. I think, I don't know if you guys can tell. He's up a little bit, and I think that's going to be enough. Now I'm going to go into YouTube. I know you guys can't see this yet, and I don't know if you'll ever see this, Krogan. Oh, gosh.
Probably not.
Futurama. God, what's the black guy in Futurama?
I don't know. You want to look that up?
Replace brain. Nah, I'd probably be able to get it. Ah. Yeah, here it is. Oh, Hermes. Hermes.
It's funny, I typed it in and Bender's what came up. I don't know why, but it did.
Okay.
Probably the only character I remember the name of.
Okay, so let me see if I can do a little bit of thing here. I'm gonna show you my screen. God dang. Okay. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna move a bunch of windows around and then you'll see my screen. I really need a third screen. That's what I need. If I had a third screen, man, we'd be cooking. Boom, boom, boom. Screen. Theater mode. So, in this episode of Futurama, Hermes replaces some of his body parts with robot parts, which are like helpful to him or whatever, and eventually he replaces his whole body with a robot. So he's just sort of a human brain, his scalp, and his hair, and then a giant robot body. And then later on, like, he's having trouble, like, he's still held back by his human brain, right? Like, his human brain still is insufficient, emotional, not as quick as a robot brain, everything else. So he says, replace my human brain with a robot brain. And, like, the wife is like, yeah, but I love you for your personality and your human brain and all this stuff. So, let's see here.
It's just, you know, a lot of people are into like the whole predictive programming aspect of pop culture media over the last couple decades or whatever. Are you playing sound now? Do I need to be quiet?
I'm not playing sound, but so they have the rest of his body. Let me just do this real quick.
Okay.
And he's using it as a puppet. The rest of his body, they stitched together all of the pieces of the body they took away while augmenting him with the robot stuff. They took his brain off.
This looks hilarious.
They stuck... Oh gosh, the wife is crying because that's his brain. So they just shove his brain back into his old body. And then it's him again. But yeah, it's... Then they put the robot brain in the... Or the robot puts its own brain in, and now he's freaking a monster. He's that one guy from the mob. But yeah, I mean... There's not much... The point is... there's not much of our main character to augment anymore. I mean, he's all... whoops. He's all robot more or less now at this point. I mean, unless you just start replacing his brain. Okay, now I gotta move a bunch of windows. You were saying,
well, that's
Krogan?
eventually what all... Yeah, I was just going to say that that's eventually what all this transhumanism stuff leads to. It just really leads to absolute replacement. There's no... There will be no such thing as an immutable characteristic of a person. But once you get into that realm, you know, you cease to be. I mean, that's how I view it. I mean, you can have all these sort of philosophical discussions about what that really means, but I mean, that's how I see it. And, you know, a lot of people are like real into predictive programming, and they would assert that, you know, oh, well, pop culture media has been sort of introducing these concepts somewhat as jokes over the past several decades, but really, you know, in the end, what it's supposed to do is normalize these things to us. And I don't know if the people who wrote Futurama had that intention, but somebody funding them may have had that intention. You know, I don't know. I haven't looked into all of that. But, you know, what we are starting to see today is people taking... I guess what I was going to say is what was considered an absolute joke 10, 15 years ago is often taken quite seriously today. And it's a serious... Like, the other day I saw this... fake joke website from 2014 that was about taking cells from celebrities and growing artificial meat out of it that people could eat. And it was a joke. But today people are sharing it as if it was absolutely, they're sharing it on social media as if it was absolutely serious. And I just think we're in that realm now. We're in this realm now where things that were just considered an absolute joke and just totally out of the realm of possibility are not only plausible now, but people are actually pushing for them in a serious way. So transhumanism, people in this the people who wrote this game, Deus Ex Human Revolution, they might have sort of intended there to be a negative association with a lot of these concepts of augmentation, but now people are just thinking it's the coolest thing ever. I mean, we've seen that with Cyberpunk 2077. Like, a lot of people who consume that game, and even the people who made that game, they sort of view these augmentations like, you know, taking out the lower half of your jaw and putting cells to something else there or whatever. Like, they kind of think it's cool. It's not like, oh my god, this is horrific. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
well, and I mean, you just look at our guy here. What's his name? Adam? You know, I mean, he's got sunglasses things that pop down. I mean, he's made to be really cool. It's not like they said, like, well, here's your augmentations and now you, like, look hideous. You know, they didn't, like, replace his skin with things that evoke disgust, right? They kept his skin fairly nice. Like, a lot of the stuff underneath that might start to evoke a disgust response in someone, these are hidden under clothes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they definitely made him look cool.
What they
I'd
should
say the
do is in
future
one of
armor
these
episode, yeah, I'd say the moral was that it was wrong to do all the augmentations.
Right.
So, I don't think they are, like, really, like,
no,
big on that narrative, but that is the narrative they went with. Okay, let's ask about the first attack.
Actually, there is something. I want to know about the first attack.
Fine. Ask away.
Fine. Did anyone see the men who attacked?
Did anyone else see them? The men who attacked?
Not well enough to get a description. Pritchard got some fuzzy images off one of the Intellicams, but his tapes were all confiscated by Homeland Security.
Homeland? I heard Homicide passed it over to Special Investigations. Detroit Special Investigations.
They did, for the first month. After that, all I really know is the case is still pending, and Mr. Seraph is not pleased.
They couldn't make any copies secretly? You were there that night. What do you remember?
You were there that night. What do you remember about it?
That it was chaos. First, everybody figured there'd been some kind of accident, but Pritchard couldn't get a good visual and communications were haywire. Then we heard the explosions. By the time anyone knew what had hit us...
They were gone.
Whoever they were good, Jensen. Special training good.
Magna says, hey, American Krogan, are you going to review Dying Light 2? Seems like the politics will be heavy-handed this time.
Yeah, I think I might. It depends on how much. I've been really busy doing a lot of research on the 1919 UK race riots, and that's going to go into a video about Call of Duty Vanguard. Basically, I was telling Embargo about this. I'm going to essentially use Call of Duty Vanguard as a springboard to talk about various historical events around World War II, but also World War I. So yeah, I've been really busy with that. So depending on how that goes over the next week or so, you know, I might get around to playing Dying Light 2 and reviewing that. It does look like it will be somewhat woke. I saw a lot of the trailers for it, and it looks like it's mostly Eastern Europeans because it's supposed to take place in an Eastern European country. But you know, some of the more prominent characters, I think one of the most, like, I think your sidekick character is like this black woman, and yeah, so it does seem like they have begun to insert various characters that are relatively out of place. So not a good sign. And it's also not a good sign that the mechanics and the graphics of the game actually look pretty good. I mean, mechanically, it looks like it might be fairly good. And, you know, Embargo, you've commented on this a lot of times that, you know, that's a bad sign for us because we want these games to constantly be bad the very second that they introduce any kind of wokeness. And usually that's the case, but in this case, it might not be, unfortunately. So.
Yeah. So what were they really after, these attackers?
I've been thinking about why they attacked. What they were really after.
Isn't it obvious? They didn't want us going to Washington.
No, that was just timing. Hearings can be rescheduled. Somebody else can present Megan's findings.
I don't think so, Jensen. They took out her whole team. Declan Faraday, Vasily Savchenko, Nia Colvin, even Eric Koss. The labs their bodies were found in.
Were burned to a crisp. I know.
The only reason you weren't caught in the fire was because that retaining wall came down. Saved your life, believe it or not.
So the whole attack was just to destroy Megan's research.
Sure looks that way. Mr. Seraph is hoping to reconstruct it, but it may take months. If he can keep us solvent that long.
All right.
I'm gonna find him, Malik. One way or another.
I believe you. And just so you know, when you do, I've got your back.
I appreciate that, Malik, but right now...
You've got to get the Typhoon into the tech lab, right. See you later, then. Oh, and Jensen, the boss wants a face-to-face debrief in his office once it's secure.
Roger that. Good night, Malik.
Can I say something here, or were you about to talk?
Yeah, you can say something.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, I think of what a lot of these games like fail to convey the sense of is like, you know, if we're living in this type of society, there's gonna be like bugs and recording devices and things everywhere. Like, it is very unlikely that you're gonna be able to live in this kind of world and be able to have your own little agenda on the side that you're pursuing against the bigger powers that, I mean, they are gonna crush Adam, you know, if this were real life. Like, so, yeah, a lot of these dystopic, futuristic games that delve into these authoritarian scenarios or whatever, like, they never succeed in conveying the overwhelming technological force that you would be up against.
Yeah, I mean, they portray a lot of sort of dark shadows you can hide in, and one of the things that authoritarianism of this kind that's likely going to be able to bring is just the hyper bright light that absolutely decimates the dark shadowy areas where you could even talk without it being monitored. Actually, one of the better dystopian films that actually sort of portray that, sort of the bright light where there's nowhere to hide anymore. And I know it's not like it's a movie with some problems. It's Idiocracy. In Idiocracy, you go for healthcare, you go to buy food, you can't buy food, you don't have your UPC code, you're not tattooed, you can't be scanned, there's nowhere for you anymore, right? It's not necessarily all bugged everywhere, but there's no way for you to interface in the world anymore. So while, yes, you can have a private conversation, you can't eat, right? You can't have a job. So maybe not exactly what we were talking about in terms of the bugging. It does at least portray the sort of overwhelming control that we could potentially achieve with authoritarian society using sort of next-gen technology, right?
Authoritarian technocracy.
Yeah. Gladius says, Krogan, how painful was it to play COD Vanguard?
Really painful. And one of the reasons I just, you know, there's going to be points where I'm going to have to go through and scrub through the footage again and listen to it, but it's just really unbearable. It is exceedingly anti-white, especially the points where the character Arthur Kingsley, or Kangsley as I refer to him, you know, rubs it into the Germans' faces about, you know, the Rhineland occupation. I mean, there's just nasty, nasty anti-white things in that game, and it's just downright disturbing to play the game. Like, it is not like a lot of games you play and you want to review. You're like, okay, you know, this game's woke and it's got like a really crazy message. I can handle it, you know, though I can kind of ignore it. It's silly, but like this is like vitriolic, you know, so it's just bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Someone says they're stopping by to say hello. Glad you guys are back at it. It's good to see you. That name doesn't use English characters. It's
oh, the Cyrillic thing, Greek. I guess
Greek.
It's Greek.
Yeah, it looks Greek to me. Literally, not just the saying. Neuroplasticity. Let's not read it. Let's talk to this guy.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us all with his life-preserving presence. If this is about the Typhoon, I'll get to it in a minute.
Now, Pritchard. I didn't risk my neck to have you lose it in a pile of CPUs and SCSI adapters.
Well, look at you.
SCSI adapters?
Using big words. Don't think just because you hacked through the plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer. There's a reason I can't examine the Typhoon yet.
Do tell.
For your information, I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job. I guarantee you we'll get along better that way.
Are they still using
Yeah,
SCSI adapters in 2027? Go ahead.
I would guarantee that eventually guys like Jensen are going to get augmented with, you know, a chip that's going to allow him to do exactly what Pritchard's job is. So it's just like, that's another thing these games sort of fail to convey. It's like,
David and you,
everybody's augmented, but there's still all these like social rungs in place, and there are still all these like differences between people and whatnot. And yeah, I think in a super advanced augmented world like this, you know, I mean, part of the appeal, I think, to some technocrats is that you could make everybody into just interchangeable cogs.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm telling you, Hugh.
Oh.
He might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
With a smile. Always with a smile. We'll talk later.
Yeah, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I've had better days.
Well, when we're done here, check him with Dr. Markovic at the limb clinic downtown. Can't hurt to get a checkup.
If you insist. Listen, about Sanders?
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking? Letting him slip away like that? I sent you in there to take care of things.
I'm hoping it'll pay off later. Sanders won't rest until he learns who set him up.
I'm hoping it'll pay off for us later. Sanders was furious when he found out his hacker was augmented. He's not gonna rest till he finds out who set him up.
Oh, and you're naive enough to think he'll share the information when he gets it. I thought you were ready for this, Adam.
I am. Today's attack was just a shell game being run by somebody else. I intend to find out who and why, so that it never happens to anybody again.
Good, because so do I. That hacker in Sanders' group, you're sure he was augmented?
I pulled his cables out myself.
Yeah, well, the police are saying he's not, and they're refusing to let me see the body, no matter how much money I threaten to pull from their retirement fund.
Interesting. Mr. Gladius says, at some points I wonder who would enjoy playing, because kids and teenagers would probably skip the campaign and play multiplayer, or won't even understand the historical references. Is that for COD?
That's true. I think so.
COD
That's
Vanguard?
what he sounds like, yeah. Because, yeah, I agree with him.
Maybe someone else is offering them more money.
Maybe someone else is offering more. So what do you want me to do, boss?
We have to get a look at the corpse. You still got friends in the force. You think one of them will let you into the morgue?
Depends who I run into.
Get over to the station and find a way inside. Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not illegal, but I don't know. They're hiding the truth. But... Oh, you got it, boss. You got it.
You got it.
Whatever.
Yeah, you know, I mean, again, like in these sorts of games, it seems like you're often working for the billionaire who's above the law or whatever, and they like kind of put it in a moral gray area, but at the same time, they kind of make it like it's cool. He's doing the right thing in a way. I mean, I don't remember this game that well, so maybe they don't go that far with this character in the end, but that's how I remember. You know, actually, I don't think I ever played this all the way through to the end. I think I always got bored with it.
So, yeah, I mean, my thing about these games is it really, like, there's all this information that I'm lacking. Me, the game player, the gamer, I'm lacking information, but my character isn't. Like, there's all this stuff my character knows about the world and the political situation and what's happening with augmentation that I don't know. And there's no real way for me to bridge the gap.
Yeah, I guess this game somewhat does a bad job of walking you through that.
Well, I mean, it's kind of one of these, like, give and take things where, like, yeah, they could start the game with a half hour of exposition to get me caught up, but if they did that, no one would play their game, right? Because it would start out with a half hour of narrative exposition and people won't want to sit through it. But some people like me might do it.
Right, there's definitely a niche audience who would do that.
Yeah.
Ken Levine called those people the archaeologists.
I read a lot of the Dragon Age Origins codexes. I remember when I first played it.
Yeah, I mean, if absolutely nobody liked or read or consumed any of that stuff, they wouldn't have them at all in the games anymore. But, you know, stuff like this here, like the magazine entry that we're looking at, you know, most people don't look at it, but some people do, and it doesn't take up a lot of space in the game. It doesn't take up a lot of resources, so they stick it in there because, you know, some people will, quote unquote, benefit from it. But yeah, I mean, some games, some films, some books do a really good job of sort of setting up, you know, quote unquote tutorial or, you know, a phase wherein you're familiarized with all the things that you need to be familiarized with, and, you know, other media doesn't do such a good job of it. And I don't think this is a terrible game, but, you know, I don't think they did the best job that they could have in terms of familiarizing you with everything you needed to be.
Naisha Ekem, the fully augmented Nigerian pop star, swept the Planet Music Awards tonight in Los Angeles, winning in 6 categories. Her latest album, Yoruba, about her struggles with discrimination, poverty, and more recently augmentation, has captured the hearts of fans worldwide. Keep in mind, Yoruba is like the culture and religion of West Africa, or at least part of West Africa. It's like, it's their ethne, it's their culture, like, it's all, right, ethno-cultural, religious, you know, group, right?
Yeah.
And like, oh, well, you know, she's still discriminated against, she's still poverty.
That's what I'm saying, that's like
she's
such
a pop
black
star who's got, you know, augmentation that like 99.9% of people in the world couldn't afford. You know, they throw what little money they have at her, and let's talk about how discriminated she is against. Yeah. She spoke about the difficulty of living with enhancements. Quote, as a woman of color, living with augmentations is a challenge. You become a stranger in every culture, and neuropozyne is so expensive. Thank God I am blessed with enough to be able to afford it. It's a struggle, but it has enabled me to continue to do what I love, performing. Critically injured during a terrorist attack in Lagos in 2025, Akim appeared at the PMAs for the first time in 2 years.
When did this game come out? 2011, boys and girls.
Yeah.
2011. 2011. Think about that.
Gladius...
We didn't wake up in 2016 with this.
Interesting. Yeah, very weird stuff. All right. Secretary? What's this? Bathroom? Why do they have... Well, I guess they're ads for their own company, but it is weird to see ads in a corporate bathroom. You'd expect that to be in, like, a bar or something.
I think they're just trying to instill the flavor.
Yeah. Fill the walls with things.
I think one of the most terrifying prospects about a world like this is, you know, having eye implants and having ads on your Google lenses or whatever. Because I've seen things that hint at that, and it's just like, my God, that would be terrifying.
Well, here we talk about like the fantasy dystopia that's not really dystopia. In these games where you get eye implants, these mega corporations, when you write the story, we got to keep in mind, these mega corporations likely have some sort of backdoor into your eyes, which means either And like if you have augmented hearing and stuff, they can either turn it off, right? Or change what you're seeing, right? So for example, they could change, you know, your friends into looking like your enemies, and your enemies looking to like your friends. Think about that.
Or,
any
you know,
any
or they,
dystopia that like you are successfully using these augmentations against the mega corporations and the powerful elite just doesn't make much sense. Keep in mind, as our technology has gotten more sophisticated, that means that technology advancements are less and less done by highly intelligent individuals and more done by teams who can only be brought together and paid by mega corporations and the powerful elite. Meaning the technology won't be useful in fighting the powerful elite because it's a tool of the powerful elite against you. Keep in mind the next time you're writing your dystopia.
Remember me? No.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Hey, Jensen. Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How are you holding up?
I manage.
I'm sorry about Megan. I know it must be hard. For a while, we thought you were a goner, too. Everything's going to shit. The attack on HQ, and now this mess with the factory.
Yeah, tough times all around. How about you, Corella? You okay?
I don't know. I fucked up. I mean bad.
What happened?
Well, a couple of months ago, me and Tyndall, you know, one of Pritchard's techs, we started sneaking out some neuropozyne from one of the labs.
Oh. Jesus, Tim. You realize this could get you fired. Worse, arrested if the company chooses to prosecute. What were you thinking?
I know. It's complicated. I didn't want to do it at first, but there were good reasons. Anyway, now I want out, but Tyndall has security footage of me stealing the stuff and says he'll expose me if I ever stop helping him. I'm in a bad spot, Adam. I need that footage back. I know you're busy with everything that's going on right now, but I could really use your help.
Let's see here. How'd you manage to do this?
Pretty ballsy, stealing a patented drug from a secure lab. How'd you manage to do it?
Both Tyndall and I worked the night shift every other week. I stashed the neuropozyne in a bag while he edited the security footage. Guess he kept part of it.
Okay. Why steal it? Well, it's super expensive.
Neuropozyne. What could you guys want with an anti-rejection drug for augmentation patients? Reselling it? Providing a competitor?
Why do you automatically assume I was trying to turn a profit?
Well, then tell me. Jeez.
How about Tyndall? Can't you reason with him?
You could try, but Tyndall's a pretty driven guy. I mean, the guy's like a rock. You need a Casey aug or something to crack him.
Casey?
Social enhancer. It's an augmentation designed to read people's reactions and behavioral patterns. Higher end series even allows you to directly influence people with pheromones or something.
That's pretty crazy. So I ask why steal it, and he doesn't actually give me an answer. That's annoying.
What is it exactly you need me to do?
I need you to get back that security footage Tyndall has on me. It's probably in his apartment. On his computer, maybe.
So what? I just look him up in the phone book?
His apartment is near Brooklyn Court. It might be tough to get in because his building has a large security gate protecting it.
Well, that's just great.
Hacking the security gate is possible, but would require advanced hacking skills. You might have to look around for an alternate path. Maybe use the fire escape or something.
Oh my god.
And I should care about this because...
Damn, Adam. Are you really going to shake me down like this? That's cold. I'm hurting here. Look, I may be able to get my hands on a weapon mod for you. Jeez, never thought I'd have to buy your help.
Yeah, you wouldn't even tell me why you were stealing it. If you won't even tell me why, then you're angry that I ask you for something in return. Alright, tell me more about this.
Alright, tell me more.
Really? Wow, thanks, Adam. I thought I was done for. The security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the subway station parking lot once you get a hold of it.
I got it from here.
Alright. Well, I'm about done for the evening. I'm planning to do a stream of this game every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm also planning to do my Saturday streams again. That's not so much playing a game where we analyze them, sort of the memes and the ideas being brought forward. That's one where I want to invite different content creators on to come to just play video games. Like, we'll talk about some stuff, but then we'll also just, like, play. So you got anything to say before I go, Krogan?
No, I guess I would just reiterate that, you know, it's these games sort of, in a sense, they make the world sort of as appealing as it is unappealing, and you know, the people that make it, the people who consume it, I think somewhere in the mind of everybody, like, they find certain aspects of this future, this potential future, cool, and they find other aspects not so cool. But there's this general, like, sense with some of the writers and some of the people who consume the games that, like, no matter how technology advances, there's always going to be, like, these certain paradigms in place whereby, you know, like you said, there will be a shadow you can hide in. There will be some way you can fight a resistance. But yet, you know, everything advances. Yeah. I just don't think people have the full. They don't have an understanding of what the real ramifications and consequences are for a lot of this stuff. You know, that.
Well, and I mean,
that's all.
At the end of the day, we have to, like I was saying, like, the only shadows that you can find are the ones where you have to reject all of the technology that has been created by the elite, because it was created for their benefit and not ours. And this is, I should probably make a video about this. I remember I was looking at, it was an environmental regulation put into effect in, like, the Seattle sort of Bay area, right? In the water there. They put into effect some restriction on anti-fouling agents, right? So, just so you know, on the bottom of boats, they'll tend to get fouled up with barnacles and stuff, which reduces their efficiency. But those anti-fouling agents often contain, like, copper compounds and plastic compounds, so they do sort of pollute the water in some ways. So they put in this restriction, saying, hey, you can't use certain types of anti-fouling agents, especially if they, like, ablade into the water. And the very first thing they did after they instituted this new rule against those anti-fouling agents is they made an exception for all the major shipping companies in Seattle, right? So at the end of the day, what we see is that the people who have the largest hulls, who ablade the most anti-fouling agents, who pollute most of the water, right? These major shipping companies are not all exempt from the laws, and the only one it's against is your average everyday person. And it reminded me, there's a ancient Latin saying, I don't know what it is in Latin, but I know the modern translation into English is something like, laws are a spider's web. They capture the fly, but let the hornet free. Because hornets, when they get in the spider's web, they're so strong compared to a fly, they just break out. Meaning, rules don't contain the elites in ways people think they do. So when you talk about environmental regulations with these people put in place by the elites, they don't quite understand why the regulations that they are successfully in getting through aren't effective. And they don't understand why things like tax the rich are often so shallow and so hollow, because they're statements that are to large degree supported by the rich. You can go on Amazon and get shirts that say tax the rich or eat the rich. It's like the rich are making money every time you buy that shirt and you say that crap. I mean, people have such a weird,
and they benefit
warped
from the
view
general
of
propagandistic message of it. So
yeah, people have such a weird, warped view of how the world works, and it's really, it's in everything. It's in our media. It's in real life. I mean, it's no surprise that the messaging we see in games and media is so inconsistent with the world and inconsistent with itself at the end of the day. But I forget exactly how I got on this mental track. We are going to try and help that guy next week. when we start playing next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on Saturday for my next stream. That's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Marvelous Dex says it's the first time he's caught this live. Well, thanks for showing up, Marvelous. I'm going to be out of here. Oh, Mr. Gladius, before we go. Mr. Gladius says, in your opinion, how far back should we go in this technological rejection? Well, I think it's a real tough thing to talk about, because at the end of the day, technology is one of these things where you either adopt it or you get destroyed by people who will. And that includes
right,
today.
I was going to bring that up.
Like,
yeah.
if we reject technology, there would be some genuine benefits to our lives, I believe. And then you would get crushed by the Chinese, because they're not going to do it. And then you're just living under their rule if they don't decide to just kill you off and take your stuff.
Well, this is why I often say that, and this is sort of too long-term of a goal for it to be a viable response to what you're talking about, but I just generally like the idea of Europeans generally, colonizing space and leaving.
Yeah.
Because then we don't have to worry about what other people are going to do.
Well, and that's what I've talked about a lot on my streams. We can get intergalactic space colonies going, and then we can go hunt mammoths in our loincloth, I've talked a lot about our mammoth hunting and even sort of medieval Amish / space colonies. I think that's a real thing. I think we could have hunter-gatherer space colonies in the long, far-off future. Just a thought. I think it'd be pretty great. Okay, but I'm going to go. It's getting late. Well, Krogan, thanks for showing up.
Thanks for having me.
Come by. Are you going to play Saturday?
We will see. Let me get back to you on that. Maybe.
Okay.
Tentative maybe.
Tentative maybe. I'll see if anyone else wants to come join this Saturday. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday. All right, everybody. Peace out. Have a good week.